if you're looking for more structure with your finances in 2023, so you know exactly how much to save and which investment accounts to allocate your money in, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through a money regime you can adapt for 2023 and beyond to make sure your financial planning is sound so you can have the retirement you want, whether it's retiring before you're 65 years old or retiring a millionaire, okay, while protecting yourself and your family from the downside risks in life. In fact, I'll hook you up with a checklist of this routine. All you gotta do is comment checklist below and I will DM you the link. My name is Michelle Hung. I'm an author of 2 investing books, The Sassy Investor and Investing for Teens, How to Save, Invest, and Grow Money. I am a financial educator and also a fee-only financial planner, helping people build their $1 million investment portfolio in the stock market. Having a money regime is like having a skincare regimen, okay? Except that when it comes to your finances, there are things you do on an annual, quarterly, monthly, and weekly basis. I'm going to break down what those are for you right now. So the way this is broken down is there are non-recurring and recurring tasks. I'm going to start with the non-recurring tasks. These are the upfront, one-time, kind of time-intensive, even cost-intensive things like creating a financial plan with a financial planner like myself. So a financial plan is a roadmap that will help you basically reach your financial goals, such as retiring at 58 years old with $5 million, right? Or putting both of your kids through university. There's a substantial amount of information that's required by the financial planner so they can put everything together and paint a high-level picture of how you're going to reach your goals, how you need to allocate your money, the steps that are required to protect yourself and your family in the meantime, and basically trying to balance out your current lifestyle. So what this is, it starts off with, determining what your financial goals are. Whether it's right now you need to pay off some debt, you want to retire at 57 years old with $1 million. You want to save for a house purchase in 7 years. These are an example of what financial goals can be. And then it's about creating a cash flow plan or a budget so that you can allocate money according to the time frame, whether it's short, medium, or long-term goals, and then maintaining a balance between the daily spending so you don't resent your life. Then there's, creating a tax minimization strategy. Minimizing taxes means more money in your pocket. And then preparing for life events, right? Things like, is your emergency fund set up? Do you have your power of attorneys in place? Do you have proper insurance coverage, such as, life insurance, short-term, long-term disability, critical illness, AD&D? Yeah, you want to make sure the downside events in your life are protected. And then finally, there's legacy planning. That means what are you leaving behind and to whom? You want to make sure your wills and trusts are in place. And again, minimizing the taxes for your estate. Okay, so this is what is part of the Wealth in 7 program that I offer. So if this is something you need, then go ahead and book a call with me and we're going to chat to see if this is now a good time for this program for you. The second step, which is also a non-recurring task, is setting up your investment portfolio or reviewing the current portfolio that you have. So if you don't have any investment accounts at the moment, you're going to have to set them up. It's a one-time thing. It doesn't take too long. And then, of course, you're going to have to pick which accounts that you're going to want to open. So an RRSP, a TFSA, if you're in the US, maybe you want to open up a Roth IRA account, and then setting up any savings account that you don't have, preferably a high interest savings account. That's where you're going to put your emergency fund or money for any short-term goals. And then you're going to fund your accounts with cash. For example, if you have cash piling up and you want to invest that money, you want to put money in those investment accounts. And ideally, you want to set up automated investments from these cash accounts. For example, say the day after you get paid, you're going to set up a automatic transfer of $400 to your TFSA. This guarantees that you're putting money towards your TFSA. You're not going to forget because it's automated. And this is how you guarantee your investing and savings goals. And then when it comes to portfolio building, you have to identify and determine the asset allocation. Okay, so this is really important. This is actually one of the most important things that people often overlook, because when you go to a bank, when you set up, or if you set up an investment account with a robo-advisor, this process actually takes 30 seconds, and a lot of people get it wrong. And getting this wrong can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time you retire. So this is something I spend a bit of time with my clients and students on, because I want to help them understand why it's important to make sure you have a portfolio that's suitable for you, for your timeline, and especially taking enough risk, maximizing your risk so you can maximize your returns. And when I say maximize risk, I'm not saying your money's going to zero. No. This is all calculated. None of what I teach will have your money go to zero. Okay, so this is to ensure that risk and returns are maximized, making sure it is suitable for you, making sure you can sleep at night. So this is a super important step. And again, it is a one-time task. And then it will change over time as you get closer to retirement. But you'll know, once you learn what this step is all about, you'll know what to be allocating, or how your asset allocation will change by the time you retire. And then we're going to create your core investment portfolio. And you do this by just selecting, 5 to 7 exchange traded funds, ETFs, or just reallocate your current investments. Usually people come to me with, expensive mutual funds, and their portfolio is not appropriate. So we just switch them out to these lower cost ETFs that are more appropriate for them. This is what's going to allow you to maximize your risk and thus maximize your returns. And that's going to put you over the finish line for most of your financial goals. And then any additional ETFs, individual stocks that are outside of your core portfolio to enhance the risk, or just invest in stuff that you're interested in, stuff that, aligns with your personal values. Lastly, step 3 is review. Okay, review and adjust as necessary. So these are the recurring tasks. And once the above are set up, once you have your financial plan created with your financial planner, once you have set up your investment accounts, it's all about just reviewing and adjusting as necessary. So on a yearly basis, maybe twice a year, you want to review your financial plan with your financial planner in case there are any changes to your goals. Maybe you've added some new goals, you want to remove some goals. It's, entirely up to you. Things change, and it's okay to change these. That's why you want to review this once or twice per year for things that happen in life. Okay, that includes any new milestones. What if you got a new job? What if you have a new kid? What if you got married? You got divorced? Okay, these are new milestones in your life, and your financial plan should reflect that. So once or twice a year, you should be reviewing your financial plan with your financial planner. On a quarterly basis, you'd want to review your portfolio just to make sure it's kind of still aligned, roughly aligned with the original portfolio you have created. And if you need to update your cash allocations if necessary, that's cool too. Maybe you started making more money, or maybe you started making less money. So we can do that on a quarterly basis. On a monthly basis, you want to review your savings goals. Again, you don't even have to do this if you have set up automated savings, because you can go in and look at how much you have in your account. But if you're automatically saving money, then you don't have to manually go in and transfer money, say from your checkings account to your savings account. So that setting it up automatically will save you that task. And then reviewing your monthly investments. So if you don't have automated investments set up, you'd have to go in and put that money to work on your own. So what you have to do is, go back to the investment portfolio you've created, and you're just going to go in and manually pick the investments or invest the cash based on the original investment portfolio you created. Again, this takes a couple minutes. It's not a time-intensive task, because you already know what you want to invest in. All you have to do is go in and basically put that money to work in your trading account. And then updating your budget or spend plan if necessary. If all is going well, if you're happy with the budget you've created, there's no changes required, then you are all set. On a weekly basis, you just want to make sure that you're sticking to the cash flow, the spend plan, the budget that you created. And it's just to make sure your expenses are well managed. You're not overspending. You're not racking up your credit cards. To make it easier, to make sure you don't go over budget, one of the things you can do is load money to a dedicated spending account for your variable spending. This will help you make sure you don't overspend. So maybe every Sunday you load $200 to this dedicated spend account. You have a debit card attached to it. And for the week, you're like, I can't spend more than $200. If you don't spend more than $200, you're not going to go into debt. You're not going to go over budget. This is one of the things that you can set up. You're just loading money into your spend account. You're going to be using that debit card for all of your variable spending. And that's about it. The key thing that makes life so much easier is setting up automated transfers. Okay. It will keep your finances organized. And this guarantees you set aside money for your savings and your goals. And when you think about it, putting everything together, the most time consuming is probably the upfront financial plan and setting up your portfolios. But once that is done, it is so easy to manage your finances going forward. It's going to ease your mind and give you the structure you need for your finances, helping you stay organized. So once again, if you want this checklist, comment checklist below and I will hook you up with the link. If you want me to create that personalized holistic plan for you, you can schedule a call with me using the link below.